Hi students, so this will be our last week for the human body unit, and then we will start evolution next week. So for this week, again, please open this top link. This has all of the instructions. So you're going to open this, and you are going to be learning about specialized cells. So inside your body, all the cells have, there's many cells that have different functions. And so I want you to watch this video first. It's pretty quick. I think it's like 4 minutes long. And it goes over an overview of different types of cells. And the major objective this week is to understand how the shape of the cell goes with its function. And then you're going to be relating this to your athlete. So watch this video. Then open up this document. This is pictures of your athlete's injury and diseases. And when you open this up, I have all of the athletes on one document, so just scroll down to find your athlete. If you want to go back and remember the athlete's incident report, here's a link to it. If you want the link to the diagnosis and learning more about it, that link is a separate link right here. And then I put pictures that you can scroll down and see that will help you visualize that part of the athlete's body or some of the symptoms that are going along. So if it's overhydration, not only am I looking at the brain and the kidneys, but I'm also thinking about the blood cells, okay? Or if I'm looking at a fracture, I'm looking at all the different parts that are involved in the wrist. So as you scroll down, all of the athletes have images that will help you to really visualize what their diagnosis is and the parts of the bodies that are involved. So using that, your first assignment is a specialized cell chart. So in this chart, you're going to be talking about different types of specialized cells, and you're going to be telling me if those cells are involved in your athlete's injury. The top part of this is you going back and telling me the symptoms of your injury, because it's not just, oh, they hit their head. It's also they have pain, they have blurriness, they like go different symptoms will help you to realize the different involved. So as I'm looking through this, waiting for it to open, I want you to make connections. Sometimes there'll be some cells on there that have nothing to do with your injury, and you can just say those don't have anything to do with it. But if they are related, then I want you to say, yes, these would have a connection. So for the specialized cell assignment, you're going to fill out this top part. I do want everybody to fill it out. Make sure you tell me which athlete it is, their diagnosis. Summary and symptoms, you can copy and paste this from last week's assignment, or you can just get it from those links. And then as you go down through each of these, there is a type of cell, picture of it, an explanation of what it does, and then your job is to tell me, is that cell related to your athlete's injury or your athlete's symptoms? Okay, and I even put like a comment on here. If your athlete is in pain, then there's going to be neurons that are involved in it. If your athlete has any sort of swelling, then at the bottom, the cells that are involved in the inflammation response will all be involved in that. So read through. I made you an example that says teacher's example, where I took my and I filled out the chart for her. So you can look at that teacher's example to see how you should fill out the chart. The second part of this, and the teacher's examples are all top page. Sorry, my computer's a little bit slow. If you're looking for the teacher's example, it's right here. The second part of this is a treatment plan. So you are going to, and I'll open up the teacher's example for this one. You are going to make a treatment plan for your athlete, and the treatment plan will have 3 parts. The first part is, what are the doctors going to do when they're in the emergency room? So what are they doing right as they have symptoms of an asthma attack, or right as their arm is actually broken? Okay, for mine it was they have pneumonia. So this is what's happening in the emergency room that's being used for treatment. then none of these people are going to be put in the hospital, except for maybe the softball player, but most of them are going home. So as they go home, what do they need to do to continue to heal? So what would be their parts of the treatment thing? And then the whole goal is to get them back into playing their sport at top level. So if they have tendonitis, what are the actual physical therapy exercises that they might use to strengthen that area? What type of drugs might they take to reduce swelling? So I want you to talk about immediate treatment, long-term treatment, and then preventative measures, okay? And it should be fairly straightforward. The ones that are more a single thing, like the overhydration, you could talk about, well, what had the athlete done that had led them to this, and making sure you don't do that in the future. Okay, so those are your 2 assignments this week. The specialized cell chart, where you go through the different types of cells and you explain whether or not they're involved in the injury, and the treatment plan. Make sure all of that work gets turned in. Thanks.